Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Alexander Howell, and today I'm going to talk about a little short trip that my wife and I took out to Merida, Mexico. A lot of the projects on this channel that I have talked about have been completed. I want to talk about my experience going through those, maybe show you a couple of videos in there, and we'll just kind of see how it went. This is the first time that my wife and I have just been to our house all by ourselves. It felt like a very big house for just two people, but it was pretty cool too. So let's roll the intro. Now, for those of you who don't know, my name is Alexander Howell, and all of my social media stuff is down below. For the most part, you can find me at Instagram and Twitter and everything else at Alexander from KC. I also have a text line, which is 816-727-7740. That information is down below. And just look up Alexander Howell. But for the most part on this channel, if you're new, we talk about Mexico, especially Merida, Mexico, and real estate and travel and stuff like that. So if you do like that kind of thing, just hit that like button down below. Actually, if you do like that thing, hit the subscribe button down below, because there's all kinds of videos there, and hit the little notification bell. That'll let you know anytime that one of these videos goes live. But we're just going to get right into the content. So I've been pretty honest with my audience about some health issues that I've had, so that's why I haven't been able to make as many videos as I would like, but today is a good day, so that's what we're doing. And we went down to Merida last month in March, and it was a great trip, fun trip. We did a lot of things that we haven't done. We also didn't do several things that we normally do. For instance, I didn't see Paseo de Mateo. I barely saw Plaza Grande, but there are two big things that have been completed since we were down there last time. Now, many of you have seen the videos of Calle 47 in construction. I don't think I took any videos, but I have a couple of pictures of Grand Park of La Plancha while it was being constructed. But we went to both of them this past trip, and I have to say they were absolutely amazing. And I'm going to use the word absolutely a lot. So if you're doing your drinking game, do it with that, but don't hurt yourself. In all honesty, though, I've got to say that these two projects are infrastructure projects, and they have made it an absolutely incredible experience to go down there, having not even gone to some of the areas that we normally go to. Again, this was a week. It was more of a vacation than it was just an exploratory trip. So we didn't really get out very much. There were a couple of days where we didn't even leave the house. We just have something delivered, or we just stay in and cook on the new grill that we got. Now, let's first talk about Grand Park of La Plancha, and I'm going to put a picture up probably here. That shows a new friend that I made who has a Patrick Mahomes jersey. For those of you who don't know, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
So Patrick Mahomes is basically our Lord and Savior at this point. That's a joke. But I found this guy who's walking his dog. He was nice enough to take a picture with me. He thought it was hilarious that we were from Kansas City. We thought it was hilarious that he was wearing a Patrick Mahomes jersey. It all worked out perfectly. But this was on our way back from what was an amazing tour of this park. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is kind of an old railroad yard. So from our house, which is about a block and a half away from the start of the southern edge of the park, you kind of walk up the narrow edge of the park, which has a walking path, playgrounds, fountains, a couple of fountains, has really cool stuff. But then you get up into the big part of the plaza, and it reminds me of Epcot if you've ever been to Disney World, because it has this giant pond in the middle of everything, and then there's all kinds of things to do on one side, there's all kinds of things to do on the other, but it's a very big, beautiful, just kind of like outline of a pond and a nice walking space. Now, again, there are all kinds of playgrounds, and there's also a giant food hall, which had amazing food, amazing drinks, all kinds of different things. And if you're an American and you're worried about going to somewhere outside of Cabo or Puerto Vallarta or Cancun, you're worried about English speaking, just being honest, I've been getting better at Spanish, but it was very easy to communicate with the individuals who were working these stands because most of them did speak English. Now, you should absolutely start working on your language skills if you're looking to live down there, but at the same time, if you're looking to be a tourist, fear not, Grand Park of La Plancha has you covered. Amazing food, amazing drinks, amazing park, amazing pond, just absolutely everything was perfect. And they have done a great job at creating what was assumed to be a beautiful park. I think they went over and above every expectation that you could have. Next, Calle 47. So when Calle 47 was being constructed, most of the restaurants stayed open, and they were just kind of laying out what that district looked like. Now, there was a lot more driving in that area than I assumed that there would be, but at the same time, it was also pretty calm. especially for the amount of people that were down there. I mean, we went in March. It's not exactly the heat of the season, but it's also a part of the season that you would expect it to be a lot of people. And we went to, and I finally got to go to a restaurant called Oliva. I've got to shout that out. Oliva is exceptional. If you ever go to Calle 47, if you ever go to Merida, go there. We had amazing food, amazing drinks, amazing everything. Had an amazing night, and the service was just impeccable. And I mean that. I mean, we were kind of seated on the top floor. It was a little bit difficult because they had to come up and down all the time, but the service was amazing. The food was amazing. The wine assortment was amazing. Everything was absolutely gonna get you drunk now. Incredible. So all of us great. And we've been to so many different places on this row, but Calle 47 is now complete. It is beautiful, and I think it's definitely top 5 of where you should go in Merida, Mexico. If you're just having a weekend or a week-long trip, Calle 47, stop in. They did an amazing job. And we also stopped at a place in Plaza Grande, which we had been looking at some of the pictures, thought that it was beautiful, and just decided to stop there for an evening meal. One of the first days, we actually ended up having an issue where we left one key in one side of the door and then we couldn't open it from the other side. So it was a whole locksmith issue, which I'm glad we have Henry Ponce's team for their amazing ability to come and rescue us that night. But all of that aside, we went to a great restaurant. I'm not going to name it, but it has a great view of Plaza Grande, the cathedral, the government buildings, all kinds of different things. But I'm not naming it because as great as the staff was, as great as our drinks were, I was not impressed with the food. And I hate to say that because there were things that I love, like sopa de lima, inedible. So I'm not going to say what the restaurant was, but I will say that if you're trying to go up there for a drink, a happy hour, maybe you just order something different from what we did. Go up there, especially at night, because the views are absolutely beautiful. But I'm not going to say what the name was because I don't want to say anything negative, and maybe they just had an off night. It happens. I've got off nights too. But Plaza Grande continues to be an absolutely amazing place. We stopped at a couple of different places, enjoyed the ice cream and the tortas and everything else. So it ended up being a great night. It was absolutely beautiful, perfect weather, and you got another shot to take. And last but not least, we just enjoyed spending time in our house, in our neighborhood. The weather was amazing. It was cold some days. I mean, Merida cold, so 75 at night. And it was warm some days, record-setting temperatures at 104, 105 in March. But it continues to astound me that this city has taken so long for people to recognize. Now, you start seeing different comments. You can probably look at the comment section, maybe not in this video, but in other videos that I've had where people have talked about how people like me shouldn't be on here talking about it because they want to keep the city secret. It's an amazing city. It's absolutely beautiful. The weather, while hot, is fantastic. And what they've been able to do with the city, the infrastructure investment that they've had, it really is an amazing time to go to this city, the city of Merida, Mexico, and see what they are doing. It's very rare, and I'm actually really lucky because I live in Kansas City, Missouri, and for the last 20, 25 years, we've watched as the infrastructure in Kansas City has been developed and made this a burgeoning city. And I don't mean that in the sense that it has grown uncontrollable and we can't handle things. I mean that planning has done very well to make it great. And Merida, Mexico seems to be going through a very similar thing. Now, I will always say, make sure that if you're an expat, if you're somebody that's an immigrant to Mexico in whatever way you are, make sure that you help in that. Don't try to change it with the ways that you came in with. Adapt to it and be a beneficial part of the city. But with Calle 47, with Grand Park and La Plancha, with some of the things that they're doing north of the city, with some of the things that they're doing in Centro, with all of the investment that is coming in, absolutely make sure that you take care to appreciate the culture. But Merida, Mexico isn't just growing, it's just so beautiful, man. And that's really what I have to say. I am so happy that we have a place down there. We always wanted a place in Mexico because we love the country, love the people, love the culture. And being in Yucatan it's blown me away. And honestly, I think that's the way that we should end this video. We went down for a week, a month ago. My health is getting a tick better. I'm hoping that it continues. But going down there, It's amazing and it's beautiful, and yeah, that's where we're gonna end this video. So thank you very much. It was great. If you have any questions, by the way, comment down below. If you like this video, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of fun stuff. Like I said, at Alexander from KC, or you can just look me up, Alexander Howell. If you look up Alex Howell, sometimes it doesn't hit me, but Alexander Howell always does. Feel free to follow me on social media, send me a text, whatever you want to do. I absolutely love responding to those. If you are one of the people that has sent me a text in the last probably 3 months and it's taken me a bit to respond, I apologize. I'm just going through a few things right now, but there we go. And if you are new to this channel, feel free to just cut off at this point, and you don't have to listen to this, but for longtime viewers, I do want to explain a couple of things. And this has nothing to do with the channel or anything like that. This is just me personally, why I haven't been providing content like I feel like I should, because I enjoy this. So I'm just going to speak to the members of this channel, the new people, all that kind of stuff. So basically, I've been going through a medical issue where they're trying to figure out exactly why I'm having dizziness and headaches and migraines and a lot of pain in different parts of my body. There has been an issue that's been going on for about 1.5 years, and I'm just simply not able to do the things that I thought I was going to be able to do with this channel. I'm going to try to now, because we're about this close, I think, to figuring out what is happening. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who sends me the messages that say, you know, thinking about you, talking to you, have random questions, that kind of thing, because it has really helped me to have this channel and to reach out to the people that are here. So, you know, especially to people like Roy and Tim and Bella and everybody who's on our Facebook page and stuff like that. Just thank you for reaching out and all that. It's meant a lot to me. And anyway, I don't want to end it on a sad note. So I'm going to show you guys some birds that were going crazy in our water fountain. But that was the update for me. We're going to have a great time. I'm going to be down mid-July in Merida again, so we're hopefully going to hang out a little bit more. I haven't been able to do that the last couple of times, and I'm ludicrously excited to see all of you guys. So Hennessy's my house, doesn't matter as long as we have a party. But as always, peace. Thanks, guys.